All right, great. So one more time, welcome to the webinar. I'm really happy that we are where we are today. For most of the people, I'm sure you know that SkyWay, we have now a project in Ecotechnopark. We do have a working model. We also planning to have a Unibus within next few weeks, probably up and running in Minsk as well. So there are lots of exciting news for shareholders, for partners. There are lots of positive news coming up upcoming few weeks. But first of all, before I start explaining all the exciting stuff, I just want to say to you Happy New Year. And I'm sure that this year for all of us will be quite different in terms of our achievement, in terms of our goals. And I'm sure that after even today webinar, you will see and you will understand in much more detail where the company goes to and how you can be the part of this movement. So can you please tell me if you're here for the first, second, or third time? I quickly launch a poll. You just need to select the right answer for you, and this will help me to understand what sort of the audience we have for tonight's webinar. Just select which option is applicable for you. If you're here first, second, third, or more than 3 times. I can see that more and more people come in, which is great. As I said before, I can clearly see that we are growing our community. All right. For those people who are here for the first time, maybe you don't know how to answer, you just need to select one of the following and click submit. And I'll see in my screen what is the statistics with regards to the numbers of the people who attended this webinar tonight. All right, great. Well, we have lots of people who are here for the first time. So welcome, guys. It's really a good time to be involved in this business. Thank you very much for answering. So it is indeed the greatest year and the greatest time. If I look back 2 years ago when I first heard about the SkyWay technology, it was completely different from what we have today. And with all latest news with regards to the technology development, we can clearly see that the company grows very, very fast. And we do have a lot of projects coming into this year, next year, into different countries. And you will hear very soon news from Unitsky. He's currently visited India, and he got a very good response from the Ministry of Transport. I'm sure for those people who follow the news, you already heard a few stories of about the Unitsky trip. So there are lots of good things will happen this year. And as all of you know, probably most of you know, that 2017 is the year of the transport certification. So it is extremely important time. And as I mentioned before, the people who joined the business today, this will be your kind of last opportunity to be involved as much as I did involved like a few years ago when I first heard about this business. It was the opportunity only on that time. And same for you guys. If you never heard about their SkyWay technology, if you never heard about a SkyWay Invest Group as such, so for you also this will be the once in life opportunity to join and be part of our company and our movement. Hi, hello guys. Really, really nice to see you all. Perfect. Well, let's start the webinar. How it usually works, I'll run the presentation. I will start with some updates, especially for those people who's here not for the first time. We just want to be really clearly on about the company structure. So I want to show you and explain what would be our relationship in the future and what will be our future plan, because the topic of today's webinar are. It is not just about to give information about the technology or information about investment opportunities or business opportunities. It is more about to summarize what we have achieved as the company, and to give you also the full feedback of what happened in last year and what will be our plans for this year. Hope you're okay with this, and then I'll give you also the breakdown on what will be what the January will look like in terms of the different activities the company will organize, as well as various events. Okay, so let's start. Oh, can you also please put plus in your chat if you can see my screen? You can see my screen, okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. It feels like I've been for really a while. All right. So you can give me you can ask me anything during my presentation, because it's always very good to hear your feedback, guys, as well. And it's not just about me talking for next 45 minutes. It's also about you being involved. And if you have any reservations or any comments or concerns or questions from your side, so feel free to ask me. I would be really happy to answer. So first of all, let's have a look one more time at our company. SkyWay Invest Group. This company is been incorporated 2 years ago, and the main goal of the company on that time was to help Unitsky with his project, which called SkyWay Technologies, implement the new transport technologies globally. So it was project number one, let's call it that for argument's sake. Today we reached the point where we already within the past 2 years, we attract a lot of investors for the project. And if you remember, I talked to you many times with regards to our business development plan, which consists of 15 stages, which mean that stage number 15, it is the company when a company goes to IPO. So likely enough, but we achieve stage number 8 today, and we are moving forward very, very quick. We do have lots of investors. We have lots of officials and support from various countries across the globe. The latest figures show that we have more than 300,000 people. Out of the 300,000 people, around 35,000 are active investors. So imagine, from a very little company, we grow so fast. And I can congratulate you all, guys. We are a multi-million company. Our latest figures for 2016 shows that we successfully raised for the project more than $12 million for the entire year. Out of this money, around 55%, which is more than 60, like 59 or 58,000. Sorry, from 12,000, we raised around 55%, which is the half of it, 6,200, something like this, or 5,800, been sent to Unitsky to build the Ecotechnopark. And as you can see from the latest news, so far we have Unibike up and running, and also with the next few weeks, Unibus also will be presented for the first time. So we send all this money to Unitsky successfully, and another 45% been distributed to our partners, to people who help us to promote the SkyWay Invest Group, and the people who involved in the business side of our business. So so far what we can see, the tendency we can see that more and more people from European countries, from English speaking communities, they join our project because initially everything was in Russian language because Unitsky, he speaks Russian, and most of the people who work in Minsk, they also have a Russian background. So initially lots of project and documentation, it was in Russian language. Today, we do have a great opportunity to translate a website, translate some documents, translate some presentation materials into different languages. So community grows very fast. That is why 2017 would be the year where we will be talking more with European investors. We'll talk about America a lot, Asia also. It's in our plan. As you probably heard me saying at the beginning of the webinar, Unitsky and his team, they traveled to India very, very recently, and they achieved the agreement with the Minister of Transport in India to connect two cities. They have this concept called Smart City, and they have more than 20 cities involved, and the cost of this project 1.5 billion. So Minister of Transport, he's very serious of implementing the SkyWay project into the city, and of course this is extremely positive news for us because the Indian market is huge, and actually for the last statistics shows that last year Indian market grows significantly faster compared to any market in the world. So it is definitely right time and right place. And for us as SkyWay Invest Group, we did a lot to help Unitsky to raise the funds. And in fact, the SkyWay Invest Group was the first company who started raising the money for SkyWay. And our CEO, Andrei Havratov, was actually his idea to put together business where the people can not just invest themselves, but they also would have the right tools to attract new people into the business. So as we talk today, and as I told you previously, we are in a stage at the moment where we still do need people support, the public support, especially when it comes to the local projects. However, what we achieved so far, it's extremely important for the company, because with our first investors, with the first money being sent to Unitsky, with our help, he built what you can see so far in Minsk. So it's very important for all of you to realize that you're part of the successful, you're part of the young and very ambitious company. So after New Year, probably end of the January, you will see slightly changes in the back office. First, we'll do it in Russia, and then within the few weeks, everything will be translated in English as well. So SkyWay, it is our project number 1, which is today available for public. You can go online and you can read a bit more detail about the SkyWay technology, and you can become an investor, or you can become a partner, or you can just be you can become an investor and invest in a project. But also we are looking to introduce for the public different projects which might be related to SkyWay, or could be completely different projects. So our goal as the company will be to give you a tool, to give you investment education, and also to give you a business education to help you to build the business around the tools which we can provide you with. And it is very important to understand that SkyWay now reached the point where we're so close to find Ecotechnopark completely. 15th of January, we have meetings with one of the huge investor in Italy and Unitsky, where they will finalize the agreement, and if everything goes as smoothly as we hope it will be, then Ecotechnopark funding will be closed within the few months. As I mentioned before, we're going to still need the public support for the local projects. However, the people who want to be involved in the different projects, they would still have opportunity, but it could be not with SkyWay, it could be with the different projects, the different tools. So our aim is to have 1 million users, or not even users, but investors who would understand what is investment about. We reached the point where our economy is now completely different, and you probably all of you heard about the cryptocurrency, blockchain, new technology. So we move into the era where only investing in yourself will help you to stand out, and only investing in the knowledge will give you enough tools to be successful in this world. So we will merge together the SkyWay Invest Group and Academy of Private Investor, which is Andrei Havratov private business. And actually the first investors in SkyWay were from Academy of Private Investor. So these are the first people who invested in SkyWay. They were from Andrei Havratov business, which is Academy of Private Investor. So the plan will be to merge these businesses together, and we will talk a lot about the SkyWay probably for the next few months with regards to the Ecotechnopark. However, as soon as the Ecotechnopark documents, and not even documents, as soon as the Ecotechnopark funding is completed, then we move on and we will talk about their different projects, different opportunities, and so on. So I want you to understand that we would have a lot of opportunities for you guys to learn and to become leaders, to grow your business, and also to reach the stage of financial independence. And that's where we all go into as the company. So this will be our first plan for 2017, is to grow this, to merge two companies, and you will see this probably after a month or two in your back office. Do you have any questions on this? Yes, I pressed recording. Can we please get a credit card facility from New Zealand? Grant, we can talk about this with the financial department. So it's a bit different place to discuss. All right. So basically, SkyWay. As most of you know, we use the equity-based crowdfunding to raise the funds for the SkyWay. Equity-based crowdfunding means that we use the people help, or investors help, who want to become co-owners of the technology. And today the only opportunity for most of you guys is to invest into the main technology, which means you invest in Ecotechnopark. ETP is this one. As soon as Ecotechnopark funding is complete, and also by business plan, Ecotechnopark will be completed and certified by the end of this year. So it is the extremely important year, as I said, for technology certification as well. So as soon as Ecotechnopark is funded completely, then we will be given different projects. It could be Transnet India, or it could be Transnet Russia, Australian projects, Irish projects. So we will be given different opportunities within the SkyWay umbrella to invest into, as well as completely different businesses which might have no relationship to the SkyWay at all. So as usually, we would cover two aspects. We will cover the business opportunities, which means that we're still very happy to go the way we did for the past 2 years. We see the great results, especially when the people can see the reward for their job. So it works for us extremely well, and that's why the company raised 12 million in 1 year, because all of us we had the opportunity to earn on innovation today. So when you talk to the people, they have pretty much three choices. Either they can become an investor, which means they can just park the money and wait for a few years when company go to IPO and then receive the dividends and sell shares, or just receive the dividends. It is their decision what to do. The second option, people can become partners, which means that's they can make the money, or they can earn an innovation today, because we have a marketing plan which allows us to give you a commission for your work. Then for people who would be interested to work for company or be a partner for the company, you also have this opportunity. And we don't have any strict rules in terms of conditions how to become a partner. Everything is very transparent. It is very open system. We don't have any sort of terms and condition to how much money you need to invest, what level you need to become. It is very transparent. We don't use any pyramid schemes. It is very open company, and our only aim is to help Unitsky to build the Ecotechnopark and get every single project funded from public point of view, but also attract the big investors. So for each project, it will be business opportunity, which is network marketing or reward-based marketing, and investment opportunities, where you can just invest. And back to my previous thought, so the person can be investor, or the person can be a partner and be involved in business. And third option, if people just want to support the project. For example, here in UK, a few days ago, we started working really full time on a call center, and our aim would be to let the public know that we have this technology, let the public know that this technology could be available for the next year or so in the different countries. So we use the call center as the tool to increase their brand awareness, to talk people about their SkyWay technology as such, and tell them that there are so many ways where they can be the part of the project and also receive the benefits, not necessarily monetary benefits. Some people, they just want to be part of the project. Some people just like the Skyway because it is ecological. They want to save the planet. They want to do something good for community. So there's so many reasons why would people want to be involved. And it's fine if people just support the project. If they said, yes, I wanted this train next to my house, that's good enough for us as well. And that's why we have so many people so far in the project, because we can serve everyone. We don't have anyone in our community who would say, oh, I don't like what you do. Most of the people we in contact with, they're very curious, they're very keen, and the people who are ready to do the business with us, they are our partners. So this would be the also future outline of the Skyway technology, the way the crowdfunding will be done. And for every single local project, we also will have two lines of the business. The first one will be the business opportunities, where people can talk about the local projects, and they can attract the different businesses or investors, or just different people who want to support, and investment opportunities for those people who want to invest and be part of the company. So this is our plans for the local project, and this will be implemented as soon as Ecotechnopark is completely funded, which hopefully would be within next probably 2 months maximum. As soon as the all agreements went through successfully, then Ecotechnopark funding should be quite very very fast, because they already built the agreement. So they just needs to decide on what installments and exactly how the Unitsky will prioritized, because as you probably most of you know, we have 4 types of transport. We have Unibike, which is now is available, and it's up and running. And I actually was told that in April or May we will have a very big conference in Minsk, in Ecotechnopark, where you all guys also invited, and we'll probably share with this information with you a bit later on. But the main kind of goal of this event, not just to see technology up and running, but also we will be given opportunity to sit on site and take a ride. I think it's a great opportunity, and of course will be available for the partners, for people who support the SkyWay. And I also pretty much sure that we would have opportunity to see Unitsky and to take a few pictures with him as well. So this will be later on this year, probably May or April. There are a few things needs to be confirmed from Unitsky side, but that's what I heard. Also, we now try to differentiate to do two different streams, because we realize that some people, they hear because they very interested on investment. They want to learn more about investment. They want to hear about the different investment opportunities, and they're very interested into investment education. So every week, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. UK time, we will do investment webinar, and every Thursday 7 p.m. we'll do the business webinar. So people who are interested more on a business side of our company, then please make sure that you attend every Thursday webinars and you invite new people. The point of us doing webinars is not just to give you the same information again and again and again, but to give you the core information about company activities, and to also show you how you can be the part of the company, how you can benefit. And your job would be not just receive this information and hide it from anyone else, but also to share with other people and invite other people to attend the webinars. Because some questions I get asked on a daily basis, the people can also ask me in a webinar, and I will be more than happy to answer. We don't have any information which we hide or which is not available. Everything is very transparent. So instead of you, especially if you're new to the business, instead of you try to find the ways and explain, why don't you send the person to the webinar, either investment webinar or business webinar, or maybe both, and then the person can decide themselves, either they just want to become an investor, or maybe he want to do business with us. Also, we'll do the profit trainings, which I believe I mentioned previously last year, but now it's finalized. So the profit training in English will be from the mid of February, I believe. The date will be confirmed. You will see this training on your back office, where you can go online and have a look what other topics will be covered. And this training is for those people who want to achieve more within the company. So if you happy where you are at the moment, if you don't want to develop yourself within the company, then you don't need to attend this trainings at all. At the same time, if you want to be the part of the company in terms of if you want to open the office, or you want to become a representative, or you want to become a company director, or if you want to be in charge for the local projects, then you would need to attend the profit trainings, because profit trainings will give you the basic information about how business done here. You probably can appreciate the fact that when you go to work from one company to another company, they all provide you with internal training, because we have lots of opportunities, and our business is it's massive. It is really hard to put everything together within a day or two, or even a week. So therefore, this training is not just about the company background. It is also about the leadership. It's about investment. It's about how to build the structures, how to build the teams, how to attract the government, how to make a proposal for the local projects, how to organize the businesses, and how to organize the different divisions within the businesses. So it is the same training. Myself, I received this training. Armand received this training. All our leaders today who are within the business, we all completed this training. All of us. So I do strongly recommend you as well. Keep your eyes, and I will also give you updates as soon as we have exactly dates. Do book yourself for this training, because as Andre told many times to all of us, unless people are serious about the business, you're not gonna just accept every single offer from different people who are excited about the project. There are so many people who said, I want to do A, B, C, D, but when you give the people tools, they did nothing about it. So we don't want to waste our time, and we don't have time to waste at all. And you probably notice that even myself, I've been quite actively involved in the last few days, try to see what a team we have, because some people, they might be busy with their previous jobs, and some people, they might be not excited about this anymore, or we have lots of new people who want to be part of the company. We have lots of professional people who are director level themselves, that they want to be part of SkyWay Invest Group, and they want to approach the government with regards to the local projects. So they want to build their own team. They're ambitious people. So therefore, we do have lots of interest around our brand, but it's all down to the people, because it is the people business. And unless we have the right teams, unless we have people who want to learn, who are hungry, and the people who can see the opportunities and they can act on it, then it's not point of doing the webinars and motivational speeches. It's no point of just dragging someone if you're not ready for that. So that is something for you to think. If you just want to receive the basic information, and if you want to develop the business yourself, if you don't need any additional training and you're happy where you're at the moment, then profit training is not for you. However, if you want to grow within the company, if you want to achieve more, and if you're hungry for opportunities, and trust me, we have a lot of opportunities, especially guys within the English speaking community. Like I cannot even transfer this to you, but in Russia today we have a few leaders almost in each town, and these are people who got the big networks behind them with the huge experience. Some people, they ex brokers, some people, they previously been involved in different investment companies or real estate. So there are lots of professional people who see the opportunity like this and they want to grab it. So think about where you are at the moment, and if you're happy to be more serious about it, and if you're ready for that, please do let me know, so then I can follow up with you and we can put some plan together where it depends where you are based. We can put like few steps, and then we can put you for one of the training, profit training. Also this year we'll do lots of local conferences. For example, in UK, we're now going to do 2 conferences per week. It's going to be Monday and Wednesday between the webinars. So the local conference, they are very useful, and the good example would be our Italian partner Petro. He used to be here in UK, but then he decided to open office in Italy. And what they do now with his team is they travel in from one city to another city, and they organize the local conferences whereby they can talk about the opportunities with 10, 20, 50 people, but on each town. And that's how they grow the community. So the plan for him would be within the next few months, when he got their few offices in Italy, is to approach the government with statistics that the people from ABC town, they are interested to have this road in their cities because ABCD. So we'll have a people support, and that is why if you now have a chat, remember I mentioned that we need to have at least 5 to 10% of the entire population in your city. If you're talking about the local project, it is extremely important, and I do need you to understand it completely. Without the people's support, if you just go to the government, it is really, really little chance that they will be more than happy to put all the money on the table. The first of all, we are still startup. The second of all, we're talking about the transport, which still needs to be certified. And third of all, we're talking about their innovation. And if imagine your grandparents, if you would have say your grandma that's about the little phone which she can carry in her pocket, she would probably look at you and say, "What are you talking about? I can only imagine the landline phone, and it needs to have a cable. How would I put it in a pocket?" So same here. We're talking about completely innovation. So we don't want to put ourselves in the shoes where we ask the government to give us money for us to build a road. We want to be in a position where we present the case to the government, where we have a people support from their own country, and where we can build for our own money at least first two stages, which will be the technical documentation and market research, which means that we would looking for the local people and other people within our community who would be interested to invest in a specific project. So unless we have a people on board, it is not gonna like we're not gonna build anything unless we have a people on board. I really I really hope that you understand the all importance of what I'm saying, because I know so many people when I talk to them, they so naive and they think that's well, I just gonna go to the prime minister with such a great idea, and they will be so happy and so welcome, and they will build the skyway tomorrow. Not, it's not going to happen. It is not our reality. Our reality is that we need to get the people support. People would be interested to support project for various region. Either they see this as a great opportunity to invest money into, or they see this as a great opportunity to protect environment and protect themselves, or the people just fed up to be stuck in the traffic and they want to have a comfortable transport. There are so many ways why would people want to support the project, but what I'm trying to say that unless we have a public support, nothing else matters. Nothing else. So please consider that. And if you also want to be a leader in your region, also do contact either myself or Armand, because now is the time where we nominate the leaders, where we do the local and also regional development. And we have only a few months left because, as I said before, in January or February, we will have Unibus up and running. Then by the middle of the year, we have a cargo transport completed. And then by the end of the year, Ecotechnopark will be built it completely. So this year is the key. So all the people who want to be serious about the business, please use this opportunity, because if not you, then someone else will come. And a good example, actually, my yesterday I had a conversation with Annette. I don't know if she's here. And not just yesterday, Aneta, yeah. So she connected with a guy from India before New Year, and she showed him the opportunity to be part of our project. And then guy somehow he find myself and he sent me email saying, "Oh, hi Mila, I wanna build the project in India." And then when I spoke to Annette, and she said, "Oh, this is exactly the same guy. I talked to him a few weeks ago about the project." So when we called him yesterday, he was so excited about the fact that he went to India and that he already talked to the Prime Minister, another Prime Minister, sorry, the Minister of Transport, that he said, "You know what? I'm ready to open office tomorrow. Give me the tools. I will make a huge conference. We will attend every single transport innovation conference in India. I can help you to build a team. I can open an office. I don't need money. I don't need nothing. Just give me this opportunity to be part of your team." And these are the people we're now working with. So no matter where you are at the moment, what country, we still have a very good scope of opportunity for people who are ready for that, for people who want to take accountability. So please do think where you see yourself in a company today and tomorrow. And please do let me know if you need any my help or any other partners' help, and we will be more than happy to talk to you, put some plan together, and then we can draw the steps for you to become whoever you want to become in our company. So the local and regional conferences will be now more and more frequent. You will see people traveling into different countries, and this year we need to sign at least 40 projects for Unitsky, and this will be our aim to get as many countries involved as possible. So we want to use this, the snowball effect. When it starts with one country, second country, third country, and then we are unstoppable because we create the entire movement. And of course, the corporate events. Corporate events usually a few times a year, and because now we have more people, more English speaking people. So we would also have opportunity to invite you guys and have a translation if needs to be. And I think the most importantly will be to introduce you to the main people in our company. I do really want you to see Havratov himself. I want you to be introduced to Unitsky as well and his team. And I think it's very important for you to be as much involved as other people in Russia, for example. He got access to all the information from the first hands. So we will help you as much as possible, and we'll do lots of works this year. Myself, Armand, Anata, and we have now a call center in UK, which we're happy to duplicate in the different countries. So we're here for help, and if you need anything, please do let us know. So I guess that's pretty much it from the company updates and our plans for the next year, 2017. Please let me know if you have any questions on this. Please, more information with regards to the merger. Well, you're not going to see the big difference. So in your back office, when you log into the SkyWay, it's going to be exactly the same back office. So nothing will be different. The only thing is when you log into the SkyWay, it's going to be next tab, which will be called Academy of Private Investor, something like this. And when you click on that, you will be also given access to different financial instruments. And also today, if you go to back office and you click on the education tab, then you would be able to see some educational information with regards to the investment financing. So please do read them, because this will be the basic if you want to learn about the investment. So you need to know what are the basics. What we're trying to do here pretty much is imagine when you go to university, you spend 3 years university, then you go to work, and then you spend maybe another 3 years at work when you reach the managerial level. So in total, maybe 6 or 7 years, because some people do the internships in between. So all these 7 years, which is an average university plus job experience, we try to combine and make it within the 1 or 2 year maximum for each person. So amount of the trainings, information provided, amount of job you need to do, it's a lot. So that's why it is going to be lots of changes internally, because we want to make sure that the people who want to be involved, they're given the right opportunity. So that is why we want to educate you, we want to show you what is investment, we want to teach you about the business, we want to give you all necessary training, and then we give you opportunity at the same time as you learn to build the business. So that's why we don't do it as it's usually done in university, when you first study and then you go to work after you graduated. We do it everything together. So it is very compounded, it's very progressive training where people need to be involved, and then the results, you will see the results straight away. Can you explain about the merger? You just okay, yeah. This is, I guess, I think I answered. In investing into Eco Technopark, more profitable than investing in address projects, Katerina. Absolutely. So you need to, I will send it to you probably by the end of the webinar. I'll share with you the link for my usual presentation, because this webinar, it was not about the business or investment opportunities. This webinar today was just to give you our plans for 2017, but from next week I will do every Tuesday investment webinar. So put in your timetable, in your schedule, that's from Tuesday onwards, 7 p.m. GMT time, UK time, it's investment education webinar. And every Thursday is a business webinar. And I'll do the entire presentation. And on Tuesday, we'll talk about more about investment. And on Thursday, we'll talk more about business. You can attend both, or you can attend which one you prefer. So I'll do the entire presentation opportunity then. But today, just I will answer your question, Katerina. It is very big difference between investing into the main company or investing in the project. You need to understand that when you invest in the main company, which is Ecotechnopark today, you're purchasing the main company shares. These shares are backed up with intellectual property, which has been evaluated by independent advisor. So you're actually purchasing the piece of the company, piece of technology, and it doesn't matter where the local project will be built. You, as technology co-owner, you will benefit from entire projects globally. However, if you miss this opportunity and you invest in a local project, that means that you will only earn the dividends or profit from a single project, because you purchase the shares from specific projects, not from entire company. So that is why it is so important for people who are new to the business, or for people who've been here for a while. I really want you to take it serious and talk with your friends and family and strangers, and use your social media, use your all tools you have to get as many people involved as you can. Think of it a bit on the longer term. Imagine you have a network of 1,000 people, let's say. These 1,000 people, they excited about the SkyWay technology, and they, let's say, invested in Ecotechnopark, right? They're not just investors, but we give them information about importance of the investment, about what are different tools, about what you need to know for you to make a call if the company is legitimate or not. So we give them all their opportunity to become an investor. So when the next opportunity comes, which will be with the Academy of Private Investors, you don't need to do as much work again, because you already have a network with 1,000 people who would be interested to learn and interested to invest. So your job will be just to give them information about the different investment tool. And trust me, they will also invest, because they will have the mentality of investor, not mentality of worker who go to work and trade their time for money. And this is very big difference. And this would be our long-term goal. So we want to, again, to create the community of the people who are professional investors, who don't just go to job for from 8 to 5. The people who are financially free. But for you to become financially free, you need to learn. You need to learn about the business. You need to learn what is the how you can evaluate the company. You need to learn what is the risks, what are liquidity, what will be the different investment opportunities, how you can evaluate them. You need to learn how to create the passive income streams. You need to learn about the network marketing. Like, there's so many things which you need to learn, but unless you learn, and then you would never start this journey. So that is why our long term is create the community of people who are aware about the investment and who are investors themselves, active investors. So definitely. Today talks about the Ecotechnopark, because this is the tool we have today. After a few months, then different information will be given, and then different opportunities will be. But they're definitely going to be in opportunities. There's always a point. Lose no hope. Oh, you can't hear me anymore. Can you hear me now? Yes, okay. Perfect. When are we going to set up office in India? Yes, Harish, this is something I probably would need to also talk to you. We have a few calls at the beginning of the next week, specifically with regards to India. So we'll let you know, we'll keep you updated, and then we probably will introduce you guys to each other, because what I learned from my experience and from Armand experience, when you have when you just one person in the country, it is very difficult. You need to have a team. So we want to introduce you to the people who want to develop the business in India, and then we're going to open an office, and we will have a few people work locally for India as the partners. So then it will be easy for you to, first of all, to delegate the different tasks, and then also as the team, you would be able to help each other and support each other because you are from the same country. So it's probably a very good idea to create a separate chat for each country. And today we have a large community in Italy, in UK, and also now after our visit in US, we also came across few leaders who want to develop the business in US as well, and now India. So probably this will be our main direction, and Canada as well. Canada and US, we will put them together because in the future we're going to do the different webinars. It also depends where you base, because for people who are in India or Abu Dhabi, Qatar, this time probably not the best. Same as for people who in Canada. This time could be not the best time for the webinar. However, because I'm based in UK, and we also have lots of people here from Europe, we set up the webinar at a certain time. However, within the next few months, I will have a look from the leaders we have from various countries who would be ready to become a speaker. Then we can have a few sessions with the person, and then I'm more than happy to open another webinar time, depending on what country you're based. So then we can cover the entirely Europe, Canada, America, and Asia. So this will be also in our plans, same as opening the offices and same as to run the local and regional conference on these regions. So all these plans, they will be coming together for the next few months. So that's why I asked you if we have a people who serious about be part of the company. Do let me know, because within these 2 months we probably would have people on the region I mentioned, and it's very important that if you excited about this, do let me know so we can have a chat and we can see if you would be suitable for that role. Okay. Did we get any projects from any countries other than Australia and Ireland? Yeah, of course. Like Unitsky, on his last video, you remember on 29th of November when it was the first launch of Unibike, he mentioned that he got the contracts. Well, he got the. I would avoid actually use contracts because. For me, the contract is something when you sign, when you agree, and then you need to go to action stage. So if I sign the contract between you and me for transferring the funds, then it should be some date in the contract when I transfer the funds. So far, because we haven't built the projects anywhere in this something in the future, they don't have a specific time and date. So I will call them better agreements rather than the contracts, because we have a few countries who signed their official document that they want to build a project, but I would rather call it agreement than the contract itself, because it is a bit misleading. So we have projects in Philippines, as far as I know, Turkey, Ireland, Czech Republic, Australia, now India, Abu Dhabi. Where else? I think that would be pretty much it at the moment. And these are the countries where we reach some sort of the agreements. So it is not just it is this actually the countries who also visited the Ecotechno Park, where recently with Unitsky, I think on YouTube you can find some feedback with regards to the few projects. And Unitsky, he also mentioned himself to with what countries he had the conversation with, and this is quite useful information. Do you think we can go for IPO by this year once big investors comes in? Well, again, Harish, it is not about when big investor come in. The company will go to IPO when one share will cost at least $1, which means that we need to have roads up and running. Imagine, I think I gave this like example a few times ago. Imagine you have a coffee shop, right? You're in love with your coffee and you think the coffee is awesome, but then you have zero clients. So is the business successful? Not really. The fact that you're in love with your project, with your coffee, doesn't mean that the clients will be also, on the same level. So same with us. Nevertheless, we all excited about the project, and other countries they also seems to be excited. But unless we start building it, and unless someone else start using it, like as soon as we have certification done, as soon as we build up the project and list in certain countries, only then the company go to IPO. And remember what Andrei Havratov, he also mentioned about 100,000 kilometers. So after we build at least 100,000 kilometers, then the price per share would minimum be $1. And our aim would be not just $1 per share. Our aim would be to reach 10, 50, 20 dollars per share. Because in our business, we have such unlimited opportunity. We can build the projects anywhere in the world. It could be cargo projects, could be speed transports, could be inside the city transport. So we truly don't have any limit, and we don't have any limitations in terms of we can build it anywhere. We can build it in the middle of sea, in the middle of mountain. We can build it in the middle of safari. So it is really uncaptured and unlimited opportunity. But for us to go to IPO, again, we need to start building the project, and we need to have the users, the people who will use the transport on a daily basis. Then you can say that my coffee shop is successful and my coffee costs £3 or $3 because I have a queue outside who queued for the cup to buy the cup of coffee. So it's very similar here. We do need to have a project to come for company to go to IPO. Okay, next one. So in investing in other projects other than Ecotechnopark, will not be investing in technology company. Yes, you invest in technology only today because the equity you have belongs to the main company. When we go to the local project, then we're going to have a specific company established on certain country, and they will be our buyers for technology, and then we will sell the shares of this specific company in the country where the project will be performed. So it is not going to be Unitsky company shares, it's going to be the shares of the company which based in the country where we want to build a project. That's why the difference is huge. And I have been working with artists for our office in Norway. Perfect. Well, I guess, Brian, as we discussed with you earlier today, we might need to also have a call with you and John together to discuss what will be our plans. Because, as I mentioned previously, we now have also a few guys from US who now activated, and the guy, he already have a meeting with a few very senior people from Washington DC with regards to this project. So we do need to get the office up and running as soon as possible. Again, we do need to have a public support before we go to the big investors and major companies who can perform the project. We do need to get the public on board as well. India has a huge potential indeed. Mila, are you based in London? Yes. Oh, perfect. Thank you very much, Victor. I will just copy your email. Great. Thank you very much. What is the mission of such offices in different countries, Katerina? Well, the mission will be the first of all is to tell the people about existence of the SkyWay technology. Because on so many countries, it doesn't matter what country you are from and where you're based, majority of the countries, they are facing today the problems with the traffic, the problems with the transport, the problems with the pollution, the problems with the high prices for the transport. So we want to show this this opportunity to the people, and we want to resolve the problem they face today with regards to the transport sector. So the office would be the key point where we can bring the community together. If, for example, you based in, or for example, if let's say for argument's sake, I want to build a road in Africa, right, somewhere like Nigeria, and and I don't have office in Nigeria, and I have no connection in Nigeria, and the people have no idea about the Skyway. What will be their chances that I will build a road there? Of course, you might say that, well, you can go to the government and then you can say, well, hey, this is the transport, and we can help you to help the environment, and you can build their amazing transport in your city. But then the first question what government will ask you is, who's going to pay for that road? So we need to work more creatively. We not just sell the stock. So we not just sell the product which has been in the market for a while. This is the know-how. So no one sees this transport before. No one even tried this before. No one even had the concept about having the transport above the ground using string technology with the 500 kilometers an hour. No one heard about this before. So when you go to this bright idea, and when you talk to the officials, they will like the idea. They will say, it's awesome, this is great idea. But the question they will ask you, okay, who's going to pay for that? So that is why we need to get the public support, so we can use them to lobby this project into the parliament, into the government, and we can use them as our supporters. So when we have a people involved, as I'm said, it could be not necessary they have to invest in the project. They could just sign the petition that, yes, I would like to use new transport. But when we have a people involved, then we can offer them to become co-owners of the project. We can offer them to own, let's say, 2% of the road, because we're going to unlock for them opportunity to become investors for the specific road in their city. So then they would have interest not just to use the road, but then if I can make the money out of investment scheme we provided, why not? And then when we go to the government, we have a ready scheme where we have a people on board. When we're ready to finance ourselves the first kilometer, let's say for argument's sake, and then if they see that what we say is true and transport can reach the potential, then they can cover the rest. So then for government, it is not a risky project anymore, and no one came to the government before with a ready solution, with the people and with the money. So they would be in a position that they didn't have nothing to lose but accept the project. And that's where we want to be, and that's how we want to position ourselves. We don't want to be beggars. We don't want to be the people, the crazy people who just knock on office and to each official or minister and say, oh, have a look, this is the Skyway, this amazing project can save the lives and can save the planet. The question they will ask you, and trust me, it's happened to so many people before in Russia, in Kazakhstan, and many other countries. They will ask you a question, okay, if no one sees this technology, so why would we pay for, like, we don't even have we don't have a certain budget for this road. We haven't heard about this transport. So the next year budget is full. So where from we're going to get the money to pay for this road? So it is very important to get the public. And the mission of such offices will be to get the public involved. From one hand, it could be office would be responsible for the crowdfunding, and also in the same office we can talk with the big investors. We can talk with the people who probably would want to own the road themselves. If there are a few big family offices who are interested to buy off the few projects. So there are different opportunities also inside the office which can be implemented. But the main reason why we need office is to have a local presence. So then we can bring community together, we can bring the brand awareness, and we can attract the investors to the country for the project ourselves. And then we go to the government with a ready solution. Okay, Harish? Memorandum of Understanding. Dubai, Helsinki. Yes, Helsinki, of course. Yeah, Helsinki. What do you have in Russia? Well, in Russia we have more than 15 offices, I think, and we have lots of offices everywhere in Russia. In fact, there are a few projects. I remember last year, I think it was before Innotrans, when a big delegation from Russia, they came to Ecotechno Park and they signed the memorandum that they see this as the future. So Unitsky, he traveled to Moscow recently, and few of our partners there as well, and they propose now a few roads in Russia, which now been put in together legally. So this also would be next big opportunity, of course, in Russia, because they have plenty of land. And in fact, our biggest presence at the company is in Russia and Kazakhstan. So these are the two main countries, and these two countries, they make 75% of the entire company profit, or entire the revenue comes from Russia and Kazakhstan so far. Estonia, we don't have office in Estonia. No, I don't think. I think this I answered. How many projects will start construction in Russia, like Australia, in 2018? Well, it depends how certification will go through. For example, today we have a unibike, then we'll have a unibus. For cargo transport, we don't have to have a certification, because the people would not be involved. So it will be much more easier to implement the cargo transport rather than the public transport, for instance. But I guess in Australia, for example, initially they talked about, remember, half of the kilometer at Adelaide University. So now they talk about the unibus in a city, and the latest news I heard, they're talking about the cargo transport. So once the government hooked and they see the opportunity to use the SkyWay technology, I guess wherever the first transport will be ready to implement, this will be our projects. It could be even cargo, it could be a unibike. And also what I heard very recently, that we have on each transport we have a special motor and a wheel. This is another unique invention, and he already submitted for wheel certification, which is also a very big part of the know-how. So this already been submitted, so hopefully we will hear the conclusions very soon on this. Yeah, the US office, procure from DC, yes. Okay, how many is possible to create the business cards? Yes, it is of course possible. The address, well, it's better if you use your local address. So if you based in I don't know, US, then use your US address. As soon as we have an office in US, then you can switch to your to the office address. But at the moment, you can probably, the best idea is to use your local address, or just like local contacts, so the people can relate. Otherwise, if you just gonna give a card where you will put like London address, then it wouldn't make sense, because if you're talking about the people who are based in US, why would they need to see the business card with the London address on it? So I would say use the local. Local presence makes a huge difference, but also raising funds becomes easy. Absolutely agree with you 100%. Thank you, Harish. To have major impact on the ground, to have a main contact point in each country, absolutely. And this will be our idea, because, for example, what we realize also, and Khalid, he can also probably support me on this. For example, I know how to run the business in UK, and I know how to talk to people in UK. And when we have a conversation with Khalid, he's from Oman, some things he told me that I cannot do over there, which is okay to do over here. So unless I have someone locally who tell me what is allowed, what not allowed, then how would I know? Because I have a different mentality, I have a different background. Same with the languages. So it's always better to have a local people who understand the local market, who understand the local government, who understand the local people problems. Then we can make our case much more stronger, rather than us to send some people from Russia to America and try and ask them to open office in US and like bring the whole community around. It's better if you can find the person from America, for example, with the knowledge about his own country problems, and have a perfect American English, and him to become a great speaker rather than just send someone else from abroad with little knowledge about the market itself. So I think this is quite important, and that's why we want to have as many offices as possible. But again, there is windows opportunity. I don't know if this will be relevant next year, guys. I don't know, because this year is the last year when the project is not yet implemented. After next year, that will be after this year, we will have a SkyWay projects built in like everywhere, literally everywhere. So that is why today, while Unitsky is busy with his part, which is the Ecotechnopark, we, as the financial arm of the project, we have opportunity to prepare the ground and open different offices, start talking about the projects in different communities, bring in the brand awareness. But it is relevant now because it's still certification time. But as soon as certification is finished, thank you very much. The company can do so many things, and then trust me, they also have a lot of contacts in different countries themselves. Because Unitsky now, well, he's a public person, and for him, probably the people will recognize him more than they will recognize any of us. So this is again, we have specific window opportunity now. That's why this year is really crucial for the business. Payment options we can discuss afterwards. Can be shown the business card as SkyWay consultant partner. Yeah, absolutely. In your back office, you can see what is your level. I mean, probably it's better not to put like agent on your card, but you can put either the partner or SkyWay consultant. It is fine. We don't have any. Kind of you can put wherever you feel is right to put in your country. What people would see you ask is you're the person who give information, but at the same time we can do the call, so you can invite the people to the webinars, to the conference. You don't need to know everything, and the people especially who would be interested to do the business, the bigger mistake they do is they think like, well, I don't have enough information, so I'm not ready yet. So let me first learn, and then when I learn everything, then I would be ready. To be honest, I haven't learned everything myself yet, because it's always something new to learn. So if you're gonna wait unless you learn everything, then I'm probably gonna see you, I don't know, in a few years when we no longer need your help. So don't come up with false objections, and do not think that you need to know everything. You don't have to know everything. We have people who can help you to answer the questions if it needs to be, and it actually makes easy for the person. Imagine if you talk to someone and this person is brand new, he never heard about the SkyWay technology, and you talk about all these opportunities, you answered every single questions, you just on the top of the age, and then you said to the guy, oh, do you want to do the business? And the guy gonna ask, okay, well, I have a job, so I can only do a few hours a week. And then what are you going to say? Okay, first learn 2 months what I learned, and then come back to me. Of course, no, you don't want to put him off. So you want to give the people opportunity. So if you don't know something, if you don't know like few questions or few answers, it's fine. It's even better, because then you can show them that we have a support here, and you don't have to know anything, because it's simply impossible to know. Ask me any technical question, I would not able to answer the technical question, because I'm not the engineer myself. So, and I'm not trying to understand something which I have a limited understanding into. So you can put anything in your cart, back to Harish answer. And also when you talk to the people, explain them that they can start the business almost immediately. All what they need to do is to talk about the opportunity, and then they can invite the people for the conference, invite the people for the meeting, or we can do the call ourselves, and then we will explain and help to cover all objections. That's all. And then you will learn as you go. That's how I learned, for example. I didn't spend the first 2 months to learning about the company. I just went to information I knew. And then the more people I talked to, the more questions I heard, the more answers I knew. And that's how I grew within the company. No, no, John, I don't see Vlad here. No, I don't think they're here today, no. It is part-time or full-time business opportunity. It's both. For people who want to start part-time, they can do part-time. For example, even in our call center, we have people who work 3 days a week. So it is the part-time. Or if the people are ready and they want to commit, then of course they can do full-time. And of course you can do more on when you full-time involved, because then you have the entire 5 days. But people can start the part-time as well, so they can, if they have the previous job, or if they in a different businesses, that they can do this as a side business. And trust me, as soon as the people see the entire potential, as soon as they realize what we do here, the question of leaving the old job would not be long a question for them. So you just need to show them there is a great opportunity to earn. It is a great opportunity to be part of the company like ours. We have plans for the next 100 years and more. And also it is a great opportunity to be part of the SkyWay project, which is to save the entire world. So I don't know what else could be better. And definitely with our flexibility, we allow people to work from home. The people can come to the office, or they can also stay at home and do presentation at home, or talk to the people via social media. We live in a 21st century where people, they value their time more than anything, pretty much. And you don't want to have a specific time when you go to lunch. You don't want to have 21 days as your holidays a year. You want to live freely, right? You want to go to holiday when you want. You want to spend the time with your kids when you want. You want to stay home and be sick for a week or whatever it is. You just want to have this freedom. And that's what we promote, and we promote in the lifestyle. So you can make good earnings. And I know the people who earn in our company 5-10K months easily, and they just do the presentation. They have the office, they have people in office, and they just put everything together in a way that it works as one machine. But at the same time, people, they don't have to come to the specific agreement as if you work 12 or 10 hours each day. You have this and this, you have this and this. We don't have this. We all self-employed. So I see this business as my business, and my question will be what I need to do to develop my business further, what I need to do to increase the number of people I reach today. So that is the right approach, because we want to show the people that they can combine both. They can combine the freedom, the time freedom, and they also want to combine the work they want to do because they like to do this work, not because they have to. And we have again so many opportunities. I know the people, they want to be speakers, they want to be top coaches, they want to start their own business, they want to give back community, they want to save the world, they want to go to the mission, they want to help the kids in Africa. Well, welcome, you are here. You can do whatever I just mentioned. You can do all here. I don't know where else you're going to and what you're looking for, guys. All opportunities are here, all of them. You just need to find the right path for you and develop this path. And I can tell you straight away, whatever I mentioned so far, what our company can offer, whatever you want to become, you can become. But you can become here with us. I don't know how many years you need to, or how many businesses you need to build for you to become a business guru. And I don't know how many presentations you need to do to become a professional speaker. But what I know, that's here within a year, I see the people coming from nowhere and becoming the directors. The people, they coming out of nowhere and they have a great earnings. And even myself, I've been involved in the business full time only since last year May, and I'm done a lot. And comparing to all my past years when I was heavily involved in the corporate world, I never been in a place where I am today with so many opportunities. Not a single company can give me as much as SkyWay Invest Group can give, and especially with such a cool project like a SkyWay and other projects. So trust me, guys, think about it. Really, like put some effort. Put really effort, and do let me know what do you want to do. Few people already put in chat that they want to be involved. I will definitely talk to you guys a bit more detail. But think about what you really want to achieve in your life, and put the higher goals. Do your vision board. Watch few movies which will motivate you. Think what are the things for you that you want to achieve in your life and how you want to achieve it. And we're here to help. We're here to assist, and we're here to help you so we can help ourselves. We are only here growing as a team. One individual cannot build the skyway. We need to have a people like you guys who would want to be part of this project. I guess this would be my main message for you today, guys. And I really appreciate for your time, and I wanted you to think it through. And from next week, we'll do the webinars, and I will give you more information on either business or investment side. And each week we'll have a presentation. So when you talk to the new people, do invite them to listen to the webinar. And after webinar, follow up with them, ask if they have any further questions. And that's it. It's very simple exercise. You just find new people, you send them a few videos about their Skyway technology, you invite them to webinar. After webinar, you follow up with them and you ask what next, what they want to do. Simple as. You never know what sort of people you're going to come across. I think you don't have any questions. Yeah, Harish, we can talk with regards to the speaker. Team brings together, achieve more. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Brian. So thank you very much for all of you to attending today webinar. I see you definitely next week. Please stay in touch. I will record this webinar, so I will send you a link. And let's be more active. Let's make it happen. Let's make this year to be the crucial year, not just for the business, but for ourselves as well. Let's work as a team. We will create few other chats for each country and take accountability for what you guys do. Because if you don't do, then who else will do? Do you think your kids will do? After 10 years, after 5 years, this could be not even longer relevant. So we have opportunity in the market, but this opportunity is now, it's today opportunity. So put all your, like laziness, all your busy thinking and whatever you're in the middle of. And if you want to be fully on board, this is the right time. So I wish you all the best in the upcoming year. It is year of Rooster. And if you look at the meaning of this year, basically it is a year where all what you've been working for the past 2-3 years, and this year finally you will see the results. And if you're planning to build any business this year, then you heavily need to rely on the people. And hey, we have a people project, so we do rely on the people a lot, and we do rely on your support a lot as well. So thank you very much, guys. Take care and have a good night. Bye bye. Probably most of you know that 2017 is the year of the transport certification. So it is extremely important time. And as I mentioned before, the people who joined the business today, this will be your kind of last opportunity to be involved as much as I did involved like a few years ago when I first heard about this business. It was the opportunity only on that time. And same for you guys. If you never heard about their SkyWay technology, if you never heard about a SkyWay Invest Group as such, so for you also this will be the once in life opportunity to join and be part of our company and our movement. Um, Hi, hello guys. Really nice to see you all. Perfect. Well, let's start the webinar. How it usually works, I'll run the presentation. I will start with some updates, especially for those people who's here not for the first time. We just want to be really clearly on about the company structure. So I want to show you and explain what would be our relationship in the future and what will be our future plan, because the topic of today's webinar, it is not just about to give information about the technology or information about investment opportunities or business opportunities. It is more about, which is great. As I said before, I can clearly see that we are growing our community. All right. For those people who are here for the first time, maybe you don't know how to answer, you just need to select one of the following and click submit. And I'll see in my screen what is the statistics with regards to the numbers of the people who attended this webinar tonight. All right, great. Well, we have lots of people who are here for the first time. So welcome, guys. It's really good time to be involved in this business. Thank you very much for answering. So it is indeed the greatest year and the greatest time. If I look back 2 years ago when I first heard about the SkyWay technology, it was completely different from what we have today. And with all latest news with regards to the technology development, we can clearly see that the company grows very fast. And we do have a lot of projects coming into this year, next year, into different countries. And you will hear very soon news from Unitsky. He's currently visited India, and he got very good response from the Ministry of Transport. I'm sure for those people who follow the news, you already heard a few stories of about the Unitsky trip. So there are lots of good things will happen this year, and as all of you know. All right, great. So one more time, welcome to the webinar. I'm really happy that we are where we are today. For most of the people, I'm sure you know that SkyWay, we have now a project in Ecotechno Park. We do have a working model. We also planning to have a Unibus within next few weeks, probably up and running in Minsk as well. So there are lots of exciting news for shareholders, for partners. There are lots of positive news coming up upcoming few weeks. But first of all, before I start explaining all the exciting stuff, I just want to say to you Happy New Year. And I'm sure that this year for all of us will be quite different in terms of our achievement, in terms of our goals. And I'm sure that after even today's webinar, you will see and you will understand in much more detail where the company goes to and how you can be the part of this movement. So can you please tell me if you're here for the first, second, or third time? I quickly launch a poll. You just need to select the right answer for you, and this will help me to understand what sort of the audience we have for tonight's webinar. Just select which option is applicable for you. If you hear first, second, third, or more than 3 times. I can see that more and more people come in. Let's have a look one more time at our company. SkyWay Invest Group. This company is been incorporated 2 years ago, and the main goal of the company on that time was to help Unitsky with his project, which called SkyWay Technologies, implement the new transport technologies globally. So it was project number one. Let's call it that for argument's sake. Today we reached the point where we already within the past 2 years, we attract a lot of investors for the project. And if you remember, I talked to you many times with regards to our business development plan, which consists of 15 stages, which mean the stage number 15, it is the company when a company goes to IPO. So likely enough, but we achieve stage number 8 today, and we are moving forward very, very quick. We do have lots of investors, we have lots of officials and support from various countries across the globe. The latest figures show that we have more than 300,000 people. Out of the 300,000 people, around 35,000 are active investors. So imagine, from a very little company, we grow so fast. And I can congratulate you all, guys. We are a multi-million company. Our later to summarize what we have achieved as the company, and to give you also the full feedback of what happened in last year and what will be our plans for this year. Hope you're okay with this, and then I'll give you also the breakdown on what will be what the January will look like in terms of the different activities the company will organize, as well as various events. Okay, so let's start. Oh, can you also please put plus in your chat if you can see my screen? You can see my screen, okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. It feels like I've been for really a while. All right, so you can give me you can ask me anything during my presentation, because it's always very good to hear your feedback, guys, as well. And it's not just about me talking for next 45 minutes. It's also about you being involved. And if you have any reservations or any comments or concerns or questions from your side, so feel free to ask me. I would be really happy to answer. So first of all,